Oh, wait.
Hello!
And welcome to Shadows of Archonia. This is Dread Reckoning, the sequel to The Span of Dread, a title which was never explained due to the incidents that did not take place during that session. My name is Steve Boshier. I'll be your game master for this evening's Dungeon Crawl Classics game. Who's this guy?
Let's see, I'm trying to remember how I play these guys. So I'm playing two characters tonight. My name's Alan. One of them, the characters is Alan. The other one is Alan.
Okay, the text is on the screen.
It's Gideon and Jack. One is a thief, and one is a cleric. They're definitely an odd couple. They
Oh, they're together?
No, it's just an odd couple as like odd couple of people hanging out.
You know, the odd couple were not together. They were just roommates.
Yeah.
So they say.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like Grumpy Old Men, the movie.
Yeah.
They're like, but basically they got into this crazy mess with these crazy people, and now Gideon has to kill this evil that has been unleashed from this plane of existence, or this flesh tower, this phallus flesh tower.
Okay, you added Alice. I did.
And that has like weird phallus-shaped doors.
Never said that.
And they
That's what he imagines.
Listen, I believe in giving players the ability to influence the world, so that's now canon.
like how Max does it.
Yeah.
There's also a kobold here too.
Hello, I'm Yuri. I am playing Minxie, the halfling. She is a seamstress. Oh no, she has a tailor shop. And then I'm also playing her twin sister, Jinxie, who's terribly jealous of Minxie because she got all the inheritance.
Nice.
Yes.
I thought it was because everyone always says Minxie first. Minxie and Jinxie.
Right.
Yeah.
That too.
Yes, manager, someone messed up my hair and we got delayed.
Long story.
Hair and makeup.
I'm Matt and I'm playing Felix. He's an orphan wizard. He was being sort of pseudo-raised by Pippercino, who did not make it out of the last session.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Indeed.
We won't feel the loss. Well, personally, like,
Yeah,
we'll feel it, but not like in the battlefield.
He owed me some hot peppers.
Right. So, Misery, I just want to say, yeah, you did miss 2 shows, and we noticed. In fact, we discovered a tech problem last week because of the fact that you weren't in the Twitch chat.
Oh my gosh.
That was like, is Misery okay? Do we need to check on him? And that's when we found out there was sound crap going on. And then also you just weren't there anyway because I guess you were traveling or something. You told me about that. But we're here now.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know this channel, this is Shadows of Archonia, where we play all sorts of tabletop role-playing games. Usually on Fridays like tonight, we are doing our long-form campaign in Worlds Without Number, mostly. But we've had a lot of sort of side sessions lately due to absences. This is our second time in Dungeon Crawl Classics. We're going to be picking up where the last one left off. Yuri's happy because Yuri only rolls successfully when we're playing Dungeon Crawl Classics.
It's the one game I'm good at.
Data Redacted, welcome.
What's up, Data?
On Monday nights, we have a whole other show called Tales from the Backlog, where we're currently 2 sessions into a 3-session run of Castaway, a Merkborg derivative about being stranded on an island like Tom Hanks. We have Matt there as a volleyball with blood on it. And that's going to be a lot of fun when we come back in 3 days to finish that up. And then after that, we're doing Labyrinth with Yuri. Her first appearance as a GM on the channel.
And probably my second ever time GMing anything.
I played your first one, and I still have the terrain board your niece has made.
I know. I am so like, wow.
I was in that.
Yeah,
remember it, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I remember the climax because we solved it we beat the bad guy, and you're like, all right, it's done. And we're just like, oh okay.
Yeah. was there no plot hook? I don't remember that part.
Yeah, no.
Probably not.
It was just we beat the lady like in a really clever way, and it's like, okay, there's no fight because it's done.
Yes, talking about how players railroad the GM or the DM.
We are
because-
awesome players.
Yep, absolutely.
I still remember refusing to be intimidated by Strahd and just making Sarah really mad at me because of that. Yeah, so here's your content warning. This is a dark fantasy show intended for adults, so if you're not comfortable with things like foul language, horror themes, descriptions of brutal violence, occasional sexual content, and Max is in here, so there'll be less cursing than usual, but there'll still be some.
Yeah, I'll pick up the mantle on that one. Don't worry.
But we'll have lots of cat
Sure,
people.
Max.
Also, it's also
references.
more of a gray fantasy, not a dark. I'm just kidding.
A little bit blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're not on board with any of that stuff, that's fine. Please find another stream to watch, and don't blame us if you don't. That's it. The last time we played this game, there were 6 player characters for the 3 players. Now there's only 5, because Pipperchino the Wizard got left behind in the mysterious tower. It appeared out of nowhere. I want to remind you guys of a few things that happened that you may not have committed to memory if you didn't rewatch the episode recently. At one point, I think it was Jack, it may have been Gideon, I know it was Alan, tried to get some water out of the lake that had appeared alongside the tower. And due to a failed roll, reflex save I think it was, got his arm stuck halfway up to the elbow in the water, at which time he experienced a vision of past, present, and future all merging together, indicating that perhaps this lake and this tower have existed in various periods of time throughout history and throughout the future, even though the residents of the nearby town of Habsburg, which you visited, never saw this lake before, never saw this tower before. You spoke to some hunters from Habsburg by the name of Cuthbert and Jeff, and they said there was no lake here. There was no tower here. There was a light in the sky, and then that light turned into like a beam of darkness, and they went to check it out, and they found a mysterious lake. But you guys actually went into the tower, which at first was a tower of flesh. The flesh melted off of it at one point, under which there was scales, platinum scales. I think one of the halfling twins pried off one of the scales and found fur underneath. And then you went in through an opening that was described as an orifice. You found...
It was unpleasant.
Yeah. You found a couple of creatures that you didn't know what they were, but of course, out of character, we know that they were an Erman strapped to a torture rack and a Barlgura guarding the room. The Erman ended up dying because you all failed to discern the puzzle, which was that every time you take a step towards the rack, it tightens. So he's dead. The Barlgura, I actually don't remember if he killed him. He definitely fought him briefly, but eventually Necron came out. Necron, who viewers of Campaign 1 may remember as the wizard who originally split Zaylin into Raylan and Zalios, and was killed in episode 16-ish of Campaign 1. And yet he is here at some other time and place in Archonia, saying that he is awaiting the return of the Promised One. The 5 of you that still breathe do so because you escaped the tower at the last minute. Meeksy and Jinxie unconscious, carried by Gideon and Jack. I don't know who's carrying who, but it happened. You guys are outside now, and when we last left off, a dragon was approaching you, and it started as an infant dragon and began to age up in a sort of jittering, time-accelerated manner as it approached you, getting bigger and bigger even as it comes. Bearing down on the three of you who are awake and the two of you who are unconscious, the tower itself having disappeared into a cloud of blackness shortly after all the rest of the meat dropped off of it, revealing a sandstone building with the symbol of Akun Ra carved above the door. None of which means anything to you guys, but this dragon has now grown to the size of about a 4-story building and is looking down on the five of you as though you might look like dinner.
I'm unconscious, right? How long do I stay unconscious?
Oh, it's not super relevant. Because the dragon can eat you all in one bite. Maybe 2-3 bites. Hard to say. Except for the fact that there was one player character we didn't mention in the recap. Nor did we mention him for the entire second half of the previous episode. And that is Harold, Gideon's dog, who did not enter the tower with you, but waited outside because Felix really wanted Gideon to send the dog into the tower first to find out if there were traps. And Gideon refused, which means the dog stayed outside and now runs between the five of you and the dragon and bites the dragon on the toe. What kind of dog is he?
Like a German Shepherd kind of dog.
German Shepherd versus dragon. Let's go.
Ooh, roll for initiative.
The dragon is so surprised by the angry little creature and backs up a step. And as it does so, you see something odd. It shrinks again, as though it has gone backwards in age. And then it turns and flies away. And you all remain there on the shore of this lake that shouldn't be, with a dog that survived, and a blackness where there was once a weird flesh tower.
I give my dog, kisses and everything. Oh, that's a good dog. Good dog. Yeah, you show that dragon his boss.
First half of the episode, just petting.
Just petting.
Let's get these two to safety. I do have lay on hands. I don't know if that can bring them back up.
What does it say?
It's healing. Heal damage to any living creature. Physical touch.
Sure, you can bring them up. You have to roll that?
It's by making a spell check.
Right.
Lay on hands. Heal damage to any living creature. To spell check. Made as any other. Roll d20 plus my personal modifier plus caster level.
All right. You roll that.
It's a d20, right?
I think I just went unconscious though. I don't think I got injured.
Make sure my son goes to bed.
You're not hurt?
I don't think I'm hurt. I think something made me go unconscious. I should have watched the last episode again, but
My hands won't bring them.
Okay. All right. Well,
as I'm sleep talking.
let me see.
Dude, did you just try clapping him awake?
No, I want to do lay on hands.
You guys think Pippercino made it out, or is the life still in there?
Okay, 14 plus 3. That should be good.
But will your lay on hands work for both since we're only halflings? So, halflings make one hole?
Yeah, I'm just going to use both my hands.
Whoa, that was some great coffee. Whoa. What happened? Wow. We made it out. We made it out.
I don't know what's more unbelievable, us making us out, or my dog scaring away that dragon.
What dragon?
There's this big dragon, but my dog scared it away.
Oh.
And apparently it wasn't very...
Good boy.
courageous dragon, since the dog scared it away.
Oh,
And he's just like, wait, weren't there more of us?
Yeah, Pipperchino's still inside.
He's your mentor. You love him.
Oh. He got eaten?
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, hopefully he's still alive.
So, more treasure for the rest of us? Did we
Wow.
get any treasure?
Are we going back in?
Tower's gone.
Well, then no treasure.
It's just a black spot, right?
A black spot? It's like a black cloud.
A black cloud. Ah. Well, this was quite the adventure, but what do we do now? I thought we were treasure hunting.
Well, who went through who drank the water the first time,
Nobody drank it.
or who touched it?
I think it was Jack. His arm went in.
Jack, when you touched the water, what happened exactly?
I saw a vision. A terrible vision of, was it the future or the past? I'm not sure. Just death and pain.
Yeah, you wouldn't be sure. It actually was both. You saw hordes of ape people, you saw many battles and wars, you saw this lake and this tower here in many time periods throughout history. Including some that had, like, flying vehicles.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But that was when the flesh tower was still here. I'm not sure how the water is now.
Well, do you want to touch it again?
No. You can try though.
I'm gonna touch it. I got nothing to lose now.
You're gonna touch it?
Yeah. Felix walks up and sticks a finger in.
Okay. Give me a saving throw. What are your saving throws on your sheet?
Fortitude, will, and ref. What does ref stand for?
Reflex.
Reflex.
Give me a fortitude save.
Fortitude. That's a D12.
Actually, choose whichever's
Wait.
better between fortitude and will.
Will. What do I roll for saves in this game?
For a save, you roll a d20. Sorry, I was just looking at it. What did it get?
And I have to beat whatever number you get.
Yeah, the number I'm giving you is 12.
13. 11 plus 2.
Copy that. 11 plus 2.
Even if it was fortitude, it would have been 12.
Great. So, you experienced something similar to what Jack did when he stuck his arm in, which is that time for you expands. You are frozen in this spot for like a really long time from your perspective.
Oh, you didn't tell me about this part.
He sure didn't. He was very disoriented when he came out, though. He spent years and years in there. But you spend less time, maybe just a few weeks, but a few weeks in which you are incapable of moving and just watching things happen around you. What you see, as soon as you put your hand in, the tower reappears to your eyes. And what you see as you stay there and watch is the tower moving backwards through time. Everything that you guys did, you witness again played in reverse. And then that very fast right at the start. And then more and more time elapses as this tower sort of goes back and finds it, what seems to be a certain spot. And then the sort of time reversal slows down and then stops. And the tower plays, or the time plays forward again all of a sudden, which you can tell by the movement of various animals, the wind in the trees, time's going basically high speed reverse and then stops and starts to come forward again. And at that moment, you are back in regular time with your friends and able to pull your arm out.
Okay. So that's interesting. The lake thing, time dilation or whatever it is, still works. I don't know how we can use it to our advantage. It feels like I've been gone for weeks at this point.
You were just here. You just look the same to me.
Yeah, no, it's definitely...
We need to.
Bottle it up and sell it.
This is Gideon talking. Right now, I think it's best if we just return back and recover from what we just went through.
Yeah, I guess we could go back to the village and, see if there's some reward for getting rid of this evil tower.
Do you guys have some way to bottle some of this water without touching it?
Let me see. I think I might have, what's in my equipment? I have some sailcloth. I have a sack.
I will remind you guys, that is exactly what Jack tried to do when he touched it by accident. The odd time distortion around the lake meant that he had to roll a reflex save to avoid touching the water, which normally would be simple in still water. You'd just not touch the water.
Mm-hmm.
Jack had to roll a save about it and failed.
That's right, because the water almost came up to him, right?
Yeah, and it's because of the way time is distorted around it. It's hard to tell exactly where it is.
Yeah, so much time has gone by. It feels like yesterday.
We need a ladle.
Let's go back to town and maybe we can get some supplies that can help us with this. Maybe a rope and a.
I have a grappling
jar.
hook.
There's
Yeah.
only a hole where the tower used to be.
It's like black smoke, but it has started to clear out and is as it's clearing out, you see the tower just isn't there.
Okay.
Not really a hole, it's just not a tower there anymore. You guys remember that as you sort of at the start of the last session, you were just sort of traveling east for whatever. You were not, you're adventurers, you were just sort of looking for an opportunity. You came across one, and now the opportunity seems to have vanished. So the last town that you were in, you're a couple hours north of it. It was on the road. It was called Habsburg, and that was the closest town to where this beam of darkness was coming out of the
That's where we
forest.
went and talked to the people and...
Right.
Yeah, I remember they didn't seem to really know too much about it.
No, it was brand new. It just happened, so they didn't know any more than you guys did.
All right, well, let's head back to town. Maybe we can get like a ladle or something to get some of this water.
Yeah.
Didn't we
I
make
can
a,
see it coming in handy in the future.
I can't remember because Jack's been time warped. Didn't we spoke to someone back in town, like at a bar or inn?
We spoke to the blacksmith.
Yeah,
You spoke to several people. The blacksmith, you spoke to
There's a couple hunters that came out of the forest,
a couple hunters. There was an alehouse keeper. The only people you got names from were the hunters, Cuthbert and Japheth, or Cuthbert and Jeff,
Gideon also
and the
went to.
priest at the
church.
lawful temple, Japheth.
Wait, no, we know Isabella too.
Yeah,
I need
she's
to-
the blacksmith.
Oh, she was the
Yeah,
tavern.
Gideon says he needs to report back there and let him know that that we took care of it.
Yeah, there might be some sort of reward, you think? Maybe a little bit? Or at least a bite to
I
eat?
mean, yeah, at least a drink or something, because that town doesn't look like it has much money.
But we have to recover from. We have to at least get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, I could use a rest.
All right. You guys head back towards the town.
Before we do, I'm gonna give one last look at back where the tower was and kind of give just a little salute to where Pippercino was last seen, I guess. And then I'll go.
Yeah,
Okay.
before we go, is there anything else remaining besides the black cloudy thing and no more fur or scales laying about, right?
No, everything that there's nothing else you can see. There is still wisps of the black fog, and it doesn't seem like something you would really want to touch.
Oh, I did take a silver scale, I remember.
Yeah, you did. You pried one off. It was platinum, actually. Silver in color, but platinum.
Platinum scale.
Platinum color or platinum material?
Platinum material, which is
Ooh.
the same color as silver.
Yes, I struck it rich. Got one on you, Minxie.
Yeah. Aren't you also Minxie?
And Jinxie. Jinxie was the one with the platinum scale.
Copy.
All right. Yeah, we head back into town.
Okay. That's a couple hours walk, like I said.
I'm definitely a lot quieter on the walk back this time.
As you are approaching the town, you run into the hunters that you saw earlier, Cuthbert and Jeff. Minxie and Jinxie and Gideon. For you guys, this was just a few hours ago. For Felix and Jack, you guys put your hand in that water, so your sense of time is messed up. But Gideon, Minxie, and Jinxie, you definitely recognize these guys. You just talked to them today, Cuthbert and Jeff. They were the hunters who told you that there was nothing there.
It's like, ahoy! Hey, good to see you guys again.
Cuthbert draws a bow. Who are you?
We just talked to each other like not that long ago. Remember we visited you and we asked you about the tower?
I don't know you. What tower?
There was a bright light in the sky.
That was taking over the lake?
What is this? Is this some kind of prank? Trick? What are you talking about?
We just met a few hours ago.
I don't know you. Jeff, do you know these guys? Nope. I never
Well.
seen anybody that short who was a grown-up.
What were their names? Jeff and
Cuthbert.
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 Huth or Cuth?
Cuth.
Yeah, Jeff, Cuthbert. You might not remember Jinxie over here, but you surely remember us and Harold the dog and
And we know your name. So we've definitely met before.
you gave us directions to this area.
Why would we give you directions to the middle of the forest?
Because there was a strange tower at the lake.
They clearly don't know.
I think you guys should just sort of keep walking, all right?
I asked them what day it is.
I don't know, what are the days? Tuesday.
But in Gideon's mind, is it the same day that we
Matches,
arrived?
yeah.
Okay, so no time has passed.
Yeah.
That's like weird, right?
Let's go back into town and see if anybody else remembers anything.
All right.
It could just be these guys.
You guys have been there?
Yeah.
Fulfillment?
Fulfillment?
What town are you talking about?
Habsburg.
Habsburg.
I don't know that town. We come from Fulfillment, and you guys better not head there because you're freaking weird.
What do you mean weird? You're the one acting weird.
Listen, there's 4 of us here that remember things, and 2 of you that don't. Who's the weirder ones?
I mentioned
I'm confused.
I mentioned the cleric's name from the church and say that I'm a representative from there.
You know Japheth? You don't dress like someone who knows Japheth.
Like he looks confused.
We're deep in a forest. Why would we be dressed in anything but
It's like
You
travel
look like
attire?
someone Japheth wouldn't like too much.
but he's a cleric, is he not?
Yeah, you're cleric.
And I don't look like a cleric to you?
You don't look like the right kind of cleric.
What does the right kind of cleric look like?
Are there different clerics?
Pink and black robes.
Pink and black robes.
What do we know about that?
Do we
Yeah.
know anybody what deity has pink and black robes as their...
The only thing that might ring a bell is that's what Necron was wearing in the tower.
Pink and black robes, you say?
That's not looking good.
What? What? And then, like, what deity does Japheth serve?
The promised one.
The promised one. No names, huh?
That is his name.
Oh.
We've named our town after it. Fulfillment. The promise has been fulfilled.
Great. Do you have an inn there now?
Inn? No, we don't like strangers coming through. If you want, maybe you can stay with Isabel at the alehouse.
That's not a very good attitude for trade.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You need strangers to trade. You need people coming in and out of town, otherwise your economy gets stale.
Is there a reason that we need to stay here and talk to these guys, Jeff?
Actually, there's no reason we need to talk to you. So we're
Good
gonna
then.
walk
The
past.
fuck on.
Besides us,
Jack.
have you noticed anything else weird before we depart from one another?
Shut up. They're just gonna walk off into the woods.
Guys, I think there's something really odd going on. Jinxie goes, you think?
Jack is kind of scruffing his beard over inside of his hood, and he just say, "Oh man, I have a feeling the town's not going to be the same town we knew."
Well, it's not called Habsburg anymore. It's called Fulfillment, a promised one. I don't like the talk of this pink and black robe thing.
As we're walking past those guys, I'm gonna cast sleep
On them?
on them.
Okay, roll your manifestation.
I rolled the other one already. Manifestation. Well, I'll roll manifestation too.
This is a house rule for DCC. We've decided to roll manifestation every time the spell is cast.
I like it. There's a ray of shimmering dust that swirls around them, and I rolled a 14 on the dice, which means, damn it, only one target.
Don't worry, I got the other one.
One target must make a saving throw or fall asleep for 1d6 turns.
Okay, so the one that was doing most of the talking was Cuthbert, and the other one was Jeff. Who do you want to target?
Cuthbert, 2 turns if he fails the saving throw, which is somewhere. What saving throw? It doesn't say.
Well, he almost certainly passed it because he rolled 19 on the dice.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
Oh, they passed it. He passed
Yep.
it. Okay, I'm gonna cast. I got 2 new spells.
Ooh.
Did you get 2? I got
Oh.
1.
Well, I actually got 3 new spells for the cleric. This doesn't sound like a cleric spell, but I'm gonna use it.
What spell?
Wait, how many people?
I mean,
can
we're not trying to actually hurt him.
No, I'm not. This is not hurting.
Wanted them to go to
I
sleep
want to cast binding.
because I'm feeling grumpy.
Binding?
Binding. Well, only if I can hit more than one person. I assume I can. It's just with this spell, the cleric binds a supernatural creature or forces it to obey their will.
So you can't cast this on a human. They're not supernatural creatures.
Well, it just says the target may target a creature up to 2 hit die.
I found the save now.
Yeah, but it specifies it has to be a supernatural creature right at the start.
Does it have to be supernatural?
With this spell, the cleric binds a supernatural creature. The first sentence.
So we find Necron or his avatar. That would work great.
All right, then.
All
right, then.
I wasn't. Yeah, I was just being grumpy.
All right.
We don't need to actually do anything to them.
No. You started this.
No.
And I'll use my other spell then.
What's that?
Lotus Stare.
Okay.
The cleric hypnotizes a target with its stare.
Okay, there's only one manifestation here, so no need to roll. The cleric's eyes swirl in a kaleidoscopic blur of light and dark. The eyes of the affected target swirl in the same manner. So roll your spellcasting check.
Very cartoony.
I like it.
Yeah, I got 10 on the die plus 4, 14. I'm not
Ooh,
sure.
that is the minimum number for successful.
Yeah.
Making eye contact with one target, the cleric forces it to stare into the swirling hypnotics of his gaze. Target receives a will save. Fail.
Nice.
I don't know what the number is, but it is really low on the die, so he probably fails. If it fails, then as long as the cleric concentrates fully and maintains eye contact, the creature is held immobile and can't take any action. If eye contact is broken, for any reason, then the target regains its senses. So as long as you maintain eye contact with whichever of these guys you choose, he is immobilized. And did you want to do Cuthbert or Jeff?
The one I was mainly talking to.
That was Cuthbert.
Cuthbert.
Yeah. So you got him.
Yeah, I got him. And I'm just saying, why don't you escort me back to town?
I don't think it makes him do that. He's just dazed.
Yeah,
he
he's
just has to hold your
He
eyes.
just stopped there.
Like he just doesn't move.
Yeah, he's just hypnotized. I mean, I think if you rolled higher, it would have maybe given you more abilities. But you rolled a 14, which is literally the lowest number you can succeed on.
All right, I'm gonna hold him there, and now Jack is gonna go behind him and start going through his clothes.
With his other buddy's not hypnotized.
Yeah, Jeff is like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Jeff is gonna, I guess, try to fight Jack.
Yeah, we don't need this.
Really? You're a little tired.
You can try casting sleep again.
No.
Does 18 hit Jack's AC?
I was just doing a drive-by. I wasn't actually intending to fight these guys.
You knew
Yes.
what you were doing.
Are we here to kill every NPC, you guys?
Are Minxie and Jinxie gonna help?
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to help either.
Gideon did save you.
He did, but we were unconscious. We don't know who saved us.
No,
No one ever,
no. You saw Gideon put his hands on both of
no one
you.
ever told you what happened.
I didn't see it. I was unconscious.
I could have carried you guys
You
out.
felt the warmth.
Also, just to point this out, Gideon and Jack are two different people. Gideon, all he did was hypnotize the guy. Jack's the one rifling his pockets.
Well, I'm neutral
I
alignment.
assume 18 hits Jack.
Yeah.
2 damage.
Okay.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! All right. We don't need to do this. Jack,
Let him go. You back away.
Who's he talking to?
He said, let him go to Gideon, and you back away to Jack.
I'm sorry, friend, but you've already drawn blood. And he goes to attack him.
Roll it.
Yeah.
We're not going to do initiative because this is one commoner.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go back up and help my friend.
That's 14 hit.
Yes.
What's? I guess he's gonna use his dagger. 1d4 plus 4 damage.
He's dead.
Yeah.
oh my God!
I didn't want him to die.
What does Gideon think
do
about the fact that Jack just killed this guy?
Jack, I mean, what are you doing?
Jack says these are not the people we knew.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they're bad people. It just means that something changed in the world.
Anybody have a fireball spell? Otherwise, let's start digging.
Jinxie and Jinxie.
Can you fix him, Gideon?
Is he under 0 hit points?
If you go to him right now, I'll say that Gideon can heal him.
Okay. Only if you can hold on to this guy, because if I break eye contact with him, he's gonna.
Oh wait, we started digging a hole here.
No, don't worry about the hole.
Okay.
Yes, fix him, and I'll talk to.
Right. If anyone needs a poop hole, it's there.
You sure you don't want to try to cast sleep again?
No.
Okay.
When you release Heath Bar, I'm gonna can't remember his name again.
But wait, we don't want them awake. We just did.
Wait, when you release him,
Well, you can knock him out. Actually, yeah. Before I release him, knock him out. Just him in the back of the head.
Yeah, because what if they go run back to the village and cause trouble for us?
Here, one of you, knock out this guy.
Okay. I take my staff and I just sort of like whack him on the head to knock him out. I don't want to I don't want to kill him.
Yeah, he's knocked out.
Okay. So he goes down, and then Gideon goes to the freshly defeated person. Lay on hands. That's 10? Does it work if it's 10?
I don't have that page open. You tell me. It's
I'm not sure what.
Lay on hands is level 1.
I'm not sure what how much I have to do to succeed on a spell check.
Let me take a look.
D20 plus your base spell check, right? Or
I have a magic basic. Let's see.
is my base spell check change? Well, leveled up.
Yeah, I guess it's D20 plus int plus whatever CL means.
class level
Class level.
or character level. Let's see. Clerics heal the faithful by making a spell check. The cleric may lay on hands to heal damage from any living creature. The cleric may not heal undead, animated objects, extraplanar creatures, or golems. Physically tough. The spell check is made as any other roll. 1d20 plus personality plus caster level.
Oh,
Oh, that's a +3 now.
But what is the target?
So many magic rules.
Yep.
I like it though.
Oh, here it is.
I like the magic system in this game.
So what was the
DC.
number you rolled?
10.
10. You failed.
How much is this supposed to be?
People with the same alignment, adjacent alignment, or opposed alignment have different numbers, but all of them require a minimum of 12.
All right, well, he fails to heal him.
Great. And if you fail, you lose your magic, right? Spellburn?
No, that's for wizards.
Oh, it's only for wizards?
Yeah, there is a thing where clerics can lose their magic by failing spells, but lay on hands is not actually a spell.
Oh, okay.
It's just an ability that involves a spell roll.
I'm going to start walking back towards the village.
Okay.
I am lawful, so, this is not good.
Have you ever rolled a 1 on a spell check as Gideon?
Not yet.
Okay, because that's when you have to roll in the disapproval table.
Well, he did roll a 1 on the last game when he did his divine aid.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
you'd rolled a 1 or just failed it normally.
Yeah.
So there is a disapproval table. Where is it? Page 122.
It's where your parent crosses their arms and looks at you with that look of disapproving.
We'll roll it now as though the disapproval was just late. Roll a d.
Your deity was busy.
Well, wait. This roll is 1d4 for every point on the spell check. For example, if the cleric rolled a natural 1, he would roll 1d4. So roll 1d4.
Wait, how much did you need to succeed, Alan?
12.
12? You know what? I could burn my luck and help you succeed on that roll.
You can help others?
I'm a halfling. I can do a lot.
Okay. I would appreciate that, but I still have to do my disapproval. 1. Oh, no, wait, no. Is this a D4?
That's a D3.
That's a D3.
Hey, Kaneko.
What
Just in
up?
Time to
4.
see Alan roll for his divine disapproval. You immediately incur a -1 penalty to all spell checks that last until the next day. So even if we'd done that at the time, it wouldn't have affected this because you failed the spell check anyway.
Yeah.
Unless she helps me.
Well, it doesn't matter because, well, you'd have to burn 2 luck if you want to heal. What's his name?
Would you burn 2 luck?
To
Yeah.
heal Jeff?
Sure. Otherwise, he dies, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll burn it. Minxie will burn it. She gets to restore it every night
So
anyway.
Jeff is healed.
Nah.
Now, you're done with these morons. What are we doing?
Going back to town.
But wait, do we want to tie these guys up first before we go? Because you know they're going to. If they wake up, they're going back to town and they're going to be rat on us.
Yeah, but if you tie them up, they're just gonna die out here anyway, but slower.
I mean, we can untie them when we leave town again.
I don't want to come back out here. Just leave them. You knocked one out. One's gonna wake up in a few hours. That'll give us a head start.
We
Yeah.
just made enemies out of them, though.
Yeah, which is why you shouldn't have.
Well, Jack says, I have a feeling there's going to be more enemies when we get to town.
They're not all enemies. You can't just attack everyone you see, assuming they're enemies, just because they can't remember.
Jack says, you don't understand. Actually, you do understand. You saw what happened in that lake.
Yeah.
Minx is going to tie them up with a rope. With Jinxie's help.
Are the rest of you going to wait while
No.
Minxie and Jinxie tie them up.
I've already started walking.
Felix has an attitude today.
Felix just lost his mentor. He's mad and sad.
Fair.
He's not in a good place right now.
You're like Luke at the end of Star Wars.
Yeah, he's
You just need to blow up a Death Star.
like, all he wanted to do was put him to sleep to shut him up because they were annoying him because he's grumpy. He didn't intend to just do this whole fight thing.
Yeah, but you know, if you put someone to sleep, they'll probably think we did some kind of voodoo on them.
What are they going to think
did.
now?
Well, they're not going to think of very kindly anyway. I don't know what you two big people are thinking, but obviously the two of us have more brains than both of y'all.
Inter-party conflict means I don't have to do anything. for a
They,
while.
if I put them to sleep, they would have just woken up and been like, oh, I guess we had a nap. You know, like that's easily explainable.
Just suddenly being narcoleptic and falling asleep in the middle of the woods
Yep.
in the morning. Yeah, that wouldn't cause any odd things to happen in their minds.
Yep. Well, I'm walking away as I'm saying all this.
And I'm, with Jinxie's help, tying things up.
Jack and Gideon are just waiting with them for these two.
Okay, you all catch up to Felix an hour later. You are just about back to the town. As you approach it, you see the buildings are in about the same configuration that you remember. It doesn't look exactly the same, but you don't know this town well enough to know
Yeah.
really what's off. At least not from this perspective.
Well,
Do I smell anything
But-
different?
The well that smelled like piss, it's much stronger smelling.
Oh, I go, well, I do need to use the bathroom. And I piss in the well.
A little kid is coming up as you're about to do that and says, whoa, 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 don't do that.
Whoa, 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 what are you doing? Whoa! Stop looking at my other parts!
What? You're in the middle of the street.
I need to go!
Don't go in there. They'll kill you.
Who's gonna kill us?
Fishman.
In the well?
Do you not know anything? And then you just walked off.
that's about kid.
I'm like, hey, wait.
What?
And I have a little, like, half penny piece. And I'm like, can you tell us a little bit more about your town? And I'm sure I'm about the same size as the kid, so...
What is that?
Money?
It's not money.
What do you use for money here?
Well, it's kind of like that, but that doesn't even have Akun's face on it.
Akun?
Jack is like,
Where are you from?
We're adventurers.
From where?
Where did we start from?
You guys kind of never decided. I left that up to you guys.
Oh.
It wasn't super relevant. Another town.
Yeah.
From out west.
Yeah.
From out what? All right.
2 hills over, take a little bend in the road, and then a few miles down, it's by a huge cove.
The coins look like this there?
Yeah. I mean,
This is just some weird lady. Whatever. What do you want to know?
tell me more about the well and why you were coming out of it.
Wasn't coming out of the well. He was on the street.
Oh, he was on the street. I thought he was coming up out of the well.
No.
That would have been really
That would have
weird.
been much weirder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Kind of should have thought of that. But no, he's not coming out of the well.
That's what I thought happened.
He's just a kid in town. Well, you did drop trow in the middle of the road
Well,
and then
the well.
blamed a kid.
That
for
is a
looking.
little weird.
Yeah.
Public indecency.
So I'm like, okay, so people live in this well.
Not people, monsters.
Monsters. And your town tolerates monsters living in the well.
What are we supposed to do about it?
How did they get there?
I don't know.
How long have they been there?
Always?
How old are you?
7?
Do they ever
Yeah.
come out?
Yeah.
Then why do you guys still live here?
Where are we gonna go?
Make a new town somewhere else.
And then the monsters in that well.
There's always monsters in wells now?
I thought so.
let's let's
is a
talk
7-year-old.
Yeah, let's
I know,
talk-
right?
Let's talk to
Move
someone
on.
who's not a kid. Can I go back
Yeah.
to the church?
Oh yeah.
So Gideon's like, I'm gonna have a bad feeling, but let me just go check on the church.
It's a completely different building.
Yeah.
It's still a temple, but it's not the same temple. It's made of black marble.
I wonder where they imported that marble from.
Yeah, that seems a little bit expensive for a place.
Yeah, it's much smaller, but it's made of black marble.
This was
Get
just a
in.
podunk town.
Gideon knocks.
It was even barely a town. What's happening?
Did you do the secret knock?
Well, the cleric knock.
Uh,
Can I cast runic alphabet?
what's that do?
Never mind.
Okay.
No, I mean it does something I kind of wanted to do, but not exactly how I wanted to do it. So never mind.
The door opens and you see Japheth, the priest. But instead of the robes he was wearing before, he's wearing black and pink robes, similar to what Necron had on, but not quite as ornate as Necron's, but newer and cleaner than Necron's. And he has a big scar down his face, covering his right eye. Eye's still there, but the scar goes across it, and there's burns on the side of his face. Not fresh burns, old scars.
Gideon says, "Brother, do you remember me?
No.
What happened to you?"
Nothing's happened to me.
He's being a little rude and asking about your face.
Scars
Yeah,
is part of the initiation for the order that I'm a part of.
that sounds like not a great order.
That's the kind of thing that gets you stabbed in your sleep.
Sleep.
Brother, I talked to you. What was it, earlier this day?
Yeah.
And I was sent to take care of a tower that was in the lake. Do you remember any of this?
What lake? No, I don't know you.
It's worse than I feared. Sorry to bother you, brother.
You should not come to a temple of the Promised One wearing robes like that.
These are just the travel robes. They're not anything.
They appear to be the robes of a follower of order. Do you not know the Chaos Lord rules these lands?
I have a feeling that I know now, brother.
I am not your brother.
Guards! Okay. Let's
This was barely a-
Jack says to Gideon, let's get out of here.
Oh,
So
now you want to leave? Now there's people wanting to fight us. You want to just-
Gideon
town didn't even have an inn. They have guards.
Gideon wants to no, not Gideon. If we get away, Jack says he wants to find the thieves guild that's in this town.
First of all, are they pursuing? Are they going to? Does it look like they're going to pursue us, or are they just kicking us off their porch?
So, you mentioned they didn't even have an inn, now they have guards. The town does not have guards, the temple has guards. They are coming from inside, behind where Japheth is standing.
Cool.
So, you guys can try to run before they catch sight of you and get away.
I'm just
We run.
okay.
We run.
Yeah, if they're far enough away that we can gather without them getting to us, then yeah, we just run.
Yeah.
But if it looks like they can catch us, then I'll do something.
And now Jack says, if I can find it.
Since you guys said run immediately, I'll say you get away.
Okay, cool.
Jack says, I may have a place where we can lay low for a little bit and try to figure this out.
That's great, Jack.
Okay. And he starts looking for thieves. What's it called? Thieves' cant?
Yeah,
camp?
I don't know if it's called that in this system, but same thing.
Thieves guild symbols around the town.
You'll find some.
In this little town, wow.
Well, there's a thieves guild in every town.
Right.
And
I wonder what Jack's going to think of the Thieves Guild.
It must be the poorest thieves guild.
well, maybe not because this is a different town now. But where does Jack find it? Like in a like
One of the houses has markings on the fence posts out front. And I will remind you, Jack did this check earlier, like this morning, and there was no Thieves Guild.
True.
working. So now there is.
So he does the thieves knock and the
Someone-
password.
Someone opens the door. It's a young woman, like about 16. Scarred face, like almost everyone around here. What do you want?
Well, Jack's he says it in a like a coded word. It basically says, the frog sleeps in the pond while the bird lies and waits. Sorry, I misspoke. While the owl lies and waits.
While the owl lies and waits. She says, quick, get in here.
Okay. And Jack ushers you guys to follow him.
Okay. You're
We
in.
enter. Yeah.
Okay. Do we go through like a hidden door, like underground or something?
No, it's her house.
Just our house?
Yep.
And Jack says, are you? I need to speak to the guild leader.
Well, I think that's me right now. I'm Bilia.
You said Ilya?
Bilia.
Bilia.
I know. They thought I was going to be a boy, so they just added an A.
Yeah.
Oh, Bilia. I'm Jack. These are my comrades. Where
Thank you for taking us in.
some wild stuff is happening.
Are you a cleric of order?
Well, if she's looking at Gideon.
Yeah, she's looking at Gideon. It's hard. You're two characters.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
yeah.
looking at Gideon.
And Jack says,
That's why I let one of my characters die.
yeah, he is, but don't worry. He's cool. He's cool.
You can't wear that robe. You have to change.
Oh.
It's not safe. There are some people who will kill you on sight just for wearing that.
And Jack says, obviously, and we figured that out the hard way. What was the name of the wizard again? The
priest or the cleric or whatever.
the one we fought in the tower.
Necron?
Necron. Is Necron in the city?
I don't know who that is.
What about this Akun Ra?
What about him?
Can you give us the whole rundown?
Yeah,
How long has he been around and how long has he been in charge?
Akun Ra?
Yeah.
Yeah, how long?
Fucking real?
How long has people been following this?
And why is everybody scarred?
Longer than I've been alive, but my mother says that it didn't used to be this way. Everybody's scarred?
Your face is scarred. The priest's
I
face
was
is.
attacked.
Oh, sorry.
The priests, that's part of their rituals.
How long have they been in this town, the priests?
Japheth?
Yes.
I'm young. Everyone's been here longer than me.
What happened to the rest of the guild?
The Thieves Guild?
Yes.
Most of them are caught. Some are out of town right now. I'm really not supposed to say too much to people I don't know.
I said, ask about the fish people in the well.
Yeah, they're. Yeah, we
I heard that.
Yeah, we heard from some kids about fish people in the well. Is this true, or is it some kind of fairy tale?
I don't know if they're fish people. They're fish-like, from what I hear.
You've never seen them.
Oh, thank God! No one who's seen them has lived.
So how do you know they're real?
Well, okay, I guess someone who's seen them has lived, but no one who's seen them up close has lived.
And they never come out of that well?
Well, they come out of the well at night sometimes.
Sometimes.
The
So-
smell's getting worse and worse from down there. Whatever it is they're doing, it's not pleasant.
Why not plug the well?
We have, actually. We did that a couple of years ago. We woke up the next morning, it was broken through.
What are these rituals that they're doing exactly.
The deep ones, I don't know.
And what do you use for drinking water then?
There's a different well.
That doesn't have.
It doesn't have fish people in it.
And do you know that there's a lake not that far from here?
There's no lake here.
We just came from one.
What lake?
It's north of here, like a couple hours walk.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, Jack actually like draws like a little like map, and kind of like shows her like where he thinks the lake is in orientation to the city, to the village.
I don't know of any lake like this. I've lived here all my life. There's no lake there. Unless maybe a recent rain created it, but it hasn't rained very much in a while.
Yeah. Okay, so would you mind, or do you guys have more questions?
Well, I got questions for you guys now.
Okay.
Like Jack.
Julia, thank you for taking us in. Could we spend the night here and recoup? We'll be out of here in the morning.
Yeah, I have a room in the basement behind a false wall. You guys can sleep it.
Thank you.
Gideon says thank you so much, and he gives her something. He gives her a box.
It's in there.
It's his thieves' tools.
Wait, didn't he give those to Jack? It's like the first thing that anyone did last session was Gideon gave the thieves' tools
Okay,
to
well
Jack.
then if that's what happened, then Jack gives the thieves' tools to her,
Okay.
and he says these are my favorite tools.
Why would you give these up? You're a field agent and you're giving these to me?
Well, if it wasn't for you, I may not be alive right now.
Well, okay. Thank you. I don't really know how to use these. I just run the safe house.
Well, if you want, I can teach you a few things,
Sure?
but after some rest, if you don't mind.
Of course.
All right. Does she lead us into the basement?
Yeah, but I'd like Jack to roll a personality check, DC 10.
Personality.
Personality. What does that fall under?
Oh,
Personality. I see.
Yeah, it's weird that
It's
it's weird as a personality like.
I guess that must be like charisma, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not gonna work. But thieves can use the luck thing, right?
Anyone can use luck.
No, but thieves has like a special thing where they can restore. For each point burn luck, instead of +1 plus D, restores every night a 1 level. What's the plus D? Is it plus?
Where are you reading that from?
This is on the thief's cheat sheet, but I think when I burn a luck, it's like it's
Probably your luck die. Let me look it up for you real quick. That isn't clear on the cheat sheet. These are third-party cheat sheets.
Oh, okay. Let's see. We need some. What's it called? What's his name from Walter Without a Number? The guy.
Oh,
Carlos.
Carlos. We need someone like that up for DTC.
Well, we'll get there. I mean, this is, like I said, auditioning it for a full campaign. So
No.
once we get it, we'll
No, I have a feeling.
Luck and wits.
roll a luck. You have a luck die. Does it say on your sheet what your luck die is?
Yeah, for example, second level thief who burns 2 points of luck adds 2d4 to the. Okay, so
Do a D20 roll.
yeah,
Oh, your luck die level 3 is a D5.
level 3 is d5. So I'm gonna. So if I burn 2 luck, it's 2d5.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. Because I really want to.
Here's D5.
Okay, so it was my original was a D. Was 5 on the die plus that was 6, but now with these 2 5s, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
That's a pass. I
Mhm.
gave you a 10 target. So all of that was to notice something that some of you may have already noticed in real life but didn't call out. When you gave her the thieves' tools, her objection was, "But you're a field agent." Not, "But you're a professional thief." She called you a field agent.
She did.
Well, right now my title is actually rogue. But,
That's not what she called you.
yeah. And I don't think Jack will ask her why right away. Maybe he'll internalize that and keep it with him until he gets some rest first.
Okay.
But he does think that is odd.
Jack clocks it.
He clocks it, yeah.
All right.
But Jack is more wants to just find a safe place to chill for a second and sleep before he makes his next move.
No problem. Anyone else want to do anything before going down to bed? It's probably mid-afternoon, and you guys have had a couple of fights and a long hike today, so even though it's not super late, it's reasonable for you to go to sleep.
Oh yeah. That's why I expected.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so you guys can go down there. She'll show you how to open the false wall and go inside, and there's enough room for everyone to lay down on the floor and sleep.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, yeah. Jack does want to bring up one thing with the group now that everyone's in one spot, and he just says, "So, the way I see it, this town has transformed from what we saw,
I imagine the world has
and
transformed.
now this Archoon has." The people who follow Archoon have taken over this town. And my question is to you all. I already know Gideon's answer, but I'm asking you all. Do we stay here and try to give a fuck about this, or do we just leave this town in the morning?
Is there treasure to be had?
Jack folds his arms and says, "Unless there's some treasure in that temple."
So who's
But-
running this religion now?
Maybe
This Akun Ra thing.
well, Gideon steps in and he says, "Probably the man we saw in the church now, or maybe he's his boss, the person above him is running it."
I think you're thinking small. It sounds like it might be more than just this town.
Well, if that's the case,
So, okay, let's go back to the temple, or the tower real quick. We either exited into a different version of our world, or something happened and it changed our world. So do we want to try to figure out which one it is and go back to our original world, or
the tower had disappeared. I don't
Yeah.
think we can go back.
I would like to see if Pippuccino's still alive in the tower, but no, wherever it is.
Felix, roll me an intelligence test.
It's just D20, right?
Yep, D20 plus your modifier.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
10.
That just blows both our worlds. Yes.
That's
All the
good.
glasses and not glasses, that's the difference?
What we're doing? Who has the glasses?
Which one has glasses?
Minxie has the glasses.
Nancy, okay. 10.
She's more well-to-do than Jinxie.
So with a 10, I'm not going to give you too much, but your suggestion just now was either you left the tower into a different version of your world or something changed. You stuck your arm in the water after you left the tower, and you saw something different than what Jack saw earlier. Jack saw many visions of this tower and this lake appearing throughout the past and the future. What you saw was the tower just going backwards a certain length of time and then stopping.
And then going forward.
Yeah. So I think that comes to your mind as you think about what may have changed.
So
as far as Jack's concerned, right now he thinks that everything has changed.
Yeah. And you all saw the dragon aging weirdly. It came up in age as it approached you, like it was skipping time, skipping years of its life. And then when it turned and backed away from Harold, it aged backwards for a second.
everyone we met here, as far as we know, it's the same day, so time didn't change itself. But when we were at the tower, when I saw the vision in the lake, the tower went backwards to a point. How far backwards did it go?
You don't have any way to know.
Like I couldn't just count the days of sun?
No, it's too fast.
Okay. A while. And then forward again. So something changed in the past, I bet. Something happened in the past that changed.
So,
And the kid, no, Bilia said something changed. It wasn't always like that. Back before her mom. Where's her parents? Did we ask her about her parents?
You didn't ask her much, but you know she's about 16,
Yeah.
and she mentioned her mom saying that it wasn't always like this.
Yeah. And she wasn't here in the previous iteration. So that's a result of the change. That Bilia being here is a result of the change. So we should figure out what happened to her parents.
That you don't know. You didn't meet her, but that doesn't mean she
But-
didn't live here.
Oh, that's right. She wasn't part of the Thieves Guild. So
Yeah.
doesn't mean she wasn't here. It just means there wasn't a Thieves Guild here.
Yeah.
so is it just this village or is it broader?
The way some of them were talking about it, it seemed broader.
Which means, Gideon, I don't think you should be wearing, I think you should change out of those clothes. I mean, if your deity or patron won't get too angry with you.
Gideon, I think Gideon, you can roleplay this however you think Gideon would feel about it. I believe the purpose of a priest's robes are to let other people know that you're a priest. And in a situation where that is dangerous information to be public, there's probably no reason not to take them off. But that is that is what I would say the world's view on it is. It's up to you what Gideon's view on it is.
Excuse me. Another thing we have to keep in mind is by the time we leave this basement, those hunters will probably be back in town.
If they got untied.
Yeah, they might die out there, you don't know.
But Jack says, but do you think that there's a way for us to get back to our reality or whatever is happening here?
So, I don't know much about any of this. I'm just a kid, really. I'm still learning. But just based off of what we've seen, I feel like the only way to fix, if it were even possible to go back to our original time, or original version, we'd have to go back in time and stop whatever changed from happening, which I have no idea how to even begin doing. So, I don't even know where to go from here. Like,
Well, the way I see it, there's 3 directions we can go. Either out of this town,
the
back
whale.
to the lake, or to the Yakun Church.
I'm not going to no well. I can't swim. I can swim.
Well, the only reason I bring up the well is because they did say that whatever was happening down there seems to be getting worse. So something is probably going to happen eventually. We went to what was the reason for going to the lake in the first place? Was to
Take care of the tower.
take care of the tower.
Mm-hmm.
The well would be the next closest thing we have to something that needs to be taken care of. I don't know if that would help, but I don't know, in a way it feels connected. They're both connected to water.
Gideon steps in and he says, the kid mentioned rituals. and so did the young lady upstairs. How do we know these rituals don't correlate with the well?
From the church?
Mm-hmm.
You mean like the face burning?
Face burning, or maybe
I mean, we don't know anything about
part
the
of
church, so it would be hard to say. I just don't see why the church should be directly connected to the well.
Question is Habsburg, or I mean Fulfillment, landlocked? Like,
It is.
where are those fish people coming from in the well? That's my question.
I mean,
Are they coming from the lake?
the underground rivers or whatever the heck's down there. Maybe they use them like
we need more time. How about this? Jack says. How about we lay low in here for as long as we can, maybe a couple days.
Well, we should probably ask Billia because we did say tonight only.
Well, I'll make it up to her. I'll teach her some things as payment.
I have this random rag doll I found. Maybe I can give this to her. I don't know. She's too old for rag dolls, probably.
But Jack says maybe maybe tomorrow night or the night after, I can scout out the church, sneak in, and try to get some information.
Sounds like certain death. They do have security there.
Yes, but not as much as in the daytime.
You know that for sure.
That's what I've been used to as a thief in most places.
If I were running a church like that, I'd have more security at night. Anywho,
But the point is, I'll be careful.
okay.
And also, maybe one of these nights we can check out the well.
I feel like I'll go to the well in the morning, take a look at it.
But the problem is they know your face now.
The well?
No, the two men that we saw.
Oh, the hunters?
Yeah.
This is why you just don't hit random strangers that you meet in the town and then go back to that town.
Let me and sorry, what was her name again? Brell?
Billia?
Billia.
Bilia. Let me and Bilia disguise you before you go to the
like draw something on my face or something, or change my clothes.
Hey, Paul.
No, change your clothes. We thieves, we do this all the time. We disguise ourselves.
Okay, sounds fine.
The guild should have some materials upstairs for a disguise. Maybe not for all of us, but at least for you.
Okay. That's sure.
But until then, we should try to stay in this hideout as much as possible until we have a good understanding of what exactly is going on in this godforsaken place.
Right, sounds like a plan. I'm knackered. I'm off to bed.
You're all going to sleep?
Yeah, real quick, last thing. Sorry about earlier and getting mad and casting sleep on those guys. I'm dealing with my loss in the only way I know how, which is outwardly. And sorry.
The two halflings just sort of pat your waist on either side, like there. Let it all out.
That's all you're gonna get.
Gideon kind of gives you like a prayer.
Listen, I'll never randomly attack people like that again. And if I ever do, just know it's not because I'm trying to start a fight.
Okay, it's not like you try to kill them.
Gideon says it's only through our actions that makes us what we are.
Yeah. Cool. Let's go to bed.
You all go to sleep. And because it was still kind of late afternoon when you guys laid down to go to sleep, you're pretty much done sleeping while it's still dark out. And you all start to wake up. In fact, I'll have you each roll a d20, and whoever gets highest wakes up first. Roll one. Those of you with two characters, roll twice.
Oh, 19.
Oof, that's a 4 for one of them. That's a 12. Any modifiers we should add?
No.
4 and 12.
Gideon and Jack are both very sleepy.
19 is the highest.
Yeah.
Felix, you wake up before anyone else. Even Harold still asleep.
Wow.
And after it's pretty dark in here because it's nighttime. You're in a basement and you're in a secret close-up room in that basement, so it's pretty dang dark.
Yeah.
But after maybe a couple of minutes of being awake, after you shake off that sleepiness, you start to realize there's an extra person in here.
Ooh.
A match strikes. And there is a dwarf sitting in the corner.
I jump to my feet and hold my staff out. Who are you? What are you doing here? How'd you get in?
He told me to watch out for anyone who doesn't know anything about the way the world works. He said that would mean they were the ones we needed. So I guess old Squid Face was right.
Who?
Wake up! That's where we're going to break.
Is this Moira?
Yeah.
All right, everyone, we'll see you in 10 minutes.
Timmy's in the well.
You know, you keep saying they're mortals, but
Bless you, girl. Yo.
hello,
Welcome back.
hello.
We've resolved everything.
Yeah.
What's up, Misery?
Misery in the
We
chat.
all lived and we all died.
Yes.
Misery was annoyed because we were late to start tonight. Now he's annoyed again because we're late back from break. But we're always late back from break. That's every week, right?
It's 10:10. It's been 10 minutes.
Was it 10 exactly when we went to break?
I have no idea.
I think it was within a couple minutes of that.
Okay.
We're all right.
Thank
We're
you for
fine.
staying, Misery. We love you.
Hey, if we get enough Patreons, we'll get a sneak cam that we take around during the break. I'd be like, are you enjoying the break, man?
That'll be a long line of everyone just going to the bathroom.
It's like, this break is awesome.
I know Misery's not mad. I take it how it's intended.
But miserable.
Miserable. Well, you guys are in the basement, secret room.
Thieves Guild.
Well, technically, you're the only one that's called it a Thieves Guild. You found a marking you recognized. But you're now...
I did ask her who's in charge of the guild.
And what she said to you was, I think it's me right now. Which implies that she's in charge locally.
She said she's running this safe house,
Yeah.
basically.
She called you a field agent.
A failed agent?
Yeah, that too.
Field agent.
Anyway, there's a dwarf in here with you.
A bit dramatic with the match, don't you think?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You know what that is?
It's a match.
Most people have never seen one around here.
How'd you get in here?
The door.
She let you in?
Will you? Yeah.
Are you part of the guild?
What guild?
The Thieves Guild.
No.
What's your name?
Moira.
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 And are you a thief too?
Where are you getting this talk about thieves?
Because I found this place because I'm a thief.
Even his code word worked to get in.
Which is kind of really strange.
Explain what thief means.
Oh boy. Man, how fucked has the world become?
No, I know what I think the word thief means.
I recite the thief code.
Is it like, don't steal from other thieves and things like that?
Yeah, it's like the classic thief code of like,
Don't steal from babies.
don't steal from the thieves, don't take what's most
Steal from the rich, not from the poor.
yes, steal from the rich, not from the poor, don't take stuff that's sacred, stuff like that, you know. It's like a very honoristic kind of thieves.
Well, I've seen thieves' guilds before, but you're not in one.
Great. Then what is this called?
This is the Resistance, laddie.
resistance.
You're in the safe house of those who do not worship the promised one.
So
Akun.
it wasn't the code word that got us in. It was Gideon's robes, probably.
What was the code word?
Something about owls and frogs, and it was weird.
Yeah, the frog sleeps at night while the owl lays and waits.
That is actually the code word.
Wow.
Because he killed all the birds.
He
Killed all the birds.
Yeah, long story. Not that long. He killed all the birds.
Who killed all the birds?
Well, buddy,
Wait, are we talking about all the birds in like existence?
as far as we can walk, all the birds are dead. Yeah.
is that why I got all these mosquito bites?
Yeah, the mosquitoes are real bad. The frogs are everywhere, though.
Oh my god.
So
So Jack looks at you and he says, well, it looks like it's the entire wall, not just this village.
yeah, so
How far back do you think your knowledge of history diverges from what you've seen here in the town?
I'm sorry. Say the question one more time.
In English. I mean, common.
You're the wizard?
Yeah, but look at me. I'm a young wizard.
Okay. My name's Moira.
Yeah.
I'm older than you can possibly imagine.
Okay.
So like
I-
500 years.
The one they call the Promised One, the Archonia Ra. Billy and most of the other Resistance members don't believe he's real. In fact, most of the members of his cult don't believe he's real. He's real. He's a friend of mine. He's off the rails.
So wait, what side are you on then?
Not his, not right now.
Who's not a friend currently?
Well, it's hard to say what makes him him these days.
Who's
I'm a
Archonia?
friend of the real him, I would say.
So who is he exactly?
He's, like me, very, very
A dwarf?
No.
Is
Old?
Squid face guy you
Oh.
were talking about?
Squidface, he's someone else. He's a multiversal avatar of intelligence. That's what he said.
That sounds.
Jack starts like laughing. It's like, oh my goodness.
He
Listen,
sounds very
Squidface
nonsense.
is the son of a bitch. I'm the first to say it, but he's on our side. And by our side, I mean the side of everyone who doesn't want the world to be ruled by demons and ghouls.
Is he related to the fish people in the well?
No, fuck those guys.
All right, continue. Sorry. Who's Uncle Ron? What do we?
He's possessed, and he's very powerful. So him being possessed is bad. That's the short version. What I'm here for is that my good buddy, Woodface, the dead one, smelly as hell, told me keep an eye out for all my content. For anyone who suddenly popped up out of nowhere and didn't know how the world works at all.
I mean,
You're not the first people that I've come to check out. But so far, you're the most confused. Ilya sent me a message as soon as she let you in.
she's talented.
This world is, I mean, this town is really weird. It's totally changed from what we know.
What do you know?
Well, the Black Marble, the temple.
Let's go back a little farther. You find a lake where if you touch the water, you experience a time anomaly where you are frozen in place and time goes forward or backward or all of these things. And then you're back in that spot as if nothing happened, but you retain the memory of everything that happened. At that lake was a tower. The tower was living. It had a mouth. We went inside. Didn't do so well.
Back up.
Okay.
Describe the living tower.
It started out with flesh. Then the flesh fell off and it was silver scales. Then the scales fell off and it was, or no, we took a scale.
I hold up a
you
silver
go.
scale. Look, treasure.
All right.
Underneath that was fur, as far as we could tell.
All right.
Inside, we found ape-like creatures, two different species, They look similar, but not related.
Was one of them being tortured by the other one?
Yeah. And then we met a dude named. Did we find out his name for real? He said his name, right? Necron? Okay.
Necron.
Then we met a guy in robes like the priest here. His name was Necron.
Necron. Necron died over 1.5 million years ago. No, not that long. Definitely over 1 million.
Well, he was there in the tower. Outside of time, though. There's more. After we escaped with the loss of my mentor and caregiver, basically.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. There was a dragon that was small, and then as it approached us, it aged, and then as it went away from us, it shrunk again.
A dragon.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Me and my sibling here we were asleep during it.
You slept
Yeah, we
through
fought
it?
off a whole ass dragon while you were asleep, by the way.
You fought off a dragon?
Wait, you told me the dog scared the dragon, which I felt very.
We're trying to.
They fought off a dragon apparently. They're very brave.
The dog fought off a dragon.
Well, it bit its foot in the dragon left.
He reaches in a pocket, pulls out a little hunk of meat. Good boy.
He eats it. But yeah. And then when we left the tower, we came back to the village, but nothing was the same.
The religion has changed.
Legend has
The
changed.
Sakun Ra religion is new.
Nobody remembers us.
Nobody remembers us. The well has fish people in it
The
now.
fish people in the well are
And it
new.
smells even worse.
Now my thieves guild has turned into the resistance.
I think that's all we've seen so far as far as differences.
You've told me all you know.
I believe so.
Okay, well, it isn't much. It's more than I've gotten from anyone else.
Well, we've only experienced about a couple hours of this world since everything changed, so that's all we got. Honestly, that feels like a lot for a couple hours.
Well, I'll tell you what I know. Because I think you're good people. And I think you want things back the way they were.
Most of us are good.
You're not the worst people.
We're neutral.
Listen, I'm giving you a compliment. Just shut your mouths.
We did murder somebody, but we also brought him back to life.
And then we tied him up.
Shh! You just need to be quiet.
He seems very.
Do you want me to tell you the thing or not?
Yes. I'm just giving you all the details.
My good friend, this squid son of a bitch,
Is that his name?
his name is Abraxia.
Squidward.
He's been very busy in recent years. Before he left, he told me to watch out for what I said, people who pop up out of nowhere and don't know anything about the world. The reason that he told me to watch out for that is that he woke up one morning. When I say woke up, I meant stopped paying attention to something else elsewhere. And he told me that he detected some kind of change in the timeline. I didn't know what that meant. Apparently, he was under the belief that something had changed history. He didn't know where, or how, or who. He went to try and research it, but he left me in charge. And he gave me some interesting pointers. One of which was, if history were changed on purpose, then I should look for whoever's on top.
Of the change?
Yeah. If you went back in time and you changed history, you'd do it to benefit yourself, yeah?
Yeah. Or someone you're working for.
So we're looking for the richest person.
Well, that's why I figured maybe the cult of the Promised One had something to do with it. That's why I started the resistance.
How bad are these people?
Bad. I'll tell you this, they worship the Lord of Chaos.
And they
Chaos
burn-
isn't always bad. Sometimes chaos is helpful, but this kind of chaos.
their initiation involved burning half their face off, which is like already bad.
Yes, they have to endure pain and show that they're willing to do so. For the promised one, the promise having been fulfilled, that is a long story, by the way. The promise was not fulfilled. He's possessed.
Gideon steps up and he says, "This Akun, this chaos, is it evil?"
Not exactly. Zaylen, that's his real name. He's good. He's a hero. He was the immortal champion for 1,000,000 years. The herald of the sun god. He took my own role in that position. But he's also been the vessel that imprisons the Lord of Darkness. And that Lord of Darkness has escaped many years ago and took him over. Now that doesn't seem to be part of the time change. That seems like that much of it was always going to happen. But from what you've said, you 3, you 5, and the dog were protected from the changes in the timeline, and that means that you must have been at the epicenter where things changed.
That's what my flashback felt like.
You said you saw Necron. Necron was one who has connections to Zaylen, and if he is back and manipulating time, well, that's the only explanation for how he's alive.
How did we leave Necron in the tower?
We ran.
You ran.
We ran, and he was...
He was alive in there, and then the tower disappeared.
Yeah. We had to leave, and
Is there any way we can get back to this tower that we were in?
I'm learning about the tower from you. I don't know. But what I do know is more than I knew when I came in here. That there's a version of reality you come from where you never heard of the cult of the promised one.
yep, that's new.
That doesn't mean the promised one, Zaylen, didn't exist there. This cult that worships him did not run things. At least not here in the town. They run things everywhere for hundreds of miles.
How long ago did they get their power? In my flashback, it was some time. I couldn't count the days, it was too fast, but it didn't seem like it was eons.
No, it wasn't. I don't know when they were founded. They came up gradually, grassroots like.
But when did they get their power? Like, when did they become mainstream?
I believe 1 to maybe 2 generations back, no one had heard.
That matches Bilia's thing about what she said about her mom.
Yeah,
Or her
this
parents,
town
yeah.
used to be called something else.
Habsburg.
That's it.
You know what else was really weird? We came from the lake, and none of the people here, and they don't live that far from the lake. They don't know about any lake. They say there's no lake at all.
I heard about that. Bilia was saying there was a lake you were talking about that doesn't exist.
And it's a really weird lake. Don't recommend dipping your toe in it.
Unless
Yeah, you told me the
yeah,
lake and the
yeah.
time visions, and yeah. So here's what we have to do. We have to find out how to get you back to this town, if possible. Maybe we can use this.
You see both halflings like shaking their head no.
Do you want to go home or don't you?
I want to get Pippercino if he's still alive.
Who's that?
That's my mentor. He was
All right.
he was alive when the tower was disappearing.
It's a Pippercino.
He might still
That's
be
his
alive.
real fucking name,
That's his
Pippercino.
real name. He was a slave and it wasn't a given name. But
Is he? It sounds like, no offense, It sounds like the name of maybe like a drink that you have at a holiday.
I never asked him the story of how he got it,
Right.
but the people who owned him gave it to him, so I don't know if they liked it. Whatever.
The man was a slave and now he's not. But now he's in a tower that maybe traveled back in time.
Yeah, so he was a wizard. He's a wizard now that taught me everything I know. He was getting towards the end of his
Days.
day, yeah. So he wasn't as refined as he was back in his glory days, but he was still a very powerful wizard, and I hope and believe that he's still alive. So I wouldn't mind going back to the tower if we can.
It's funny, isn't it, how often you meet old men who once had glory days, but how infrequently you meet people who are having glory days right now. Take me to this lake.
Okay. We might have to untie some people on the way out.
All right.
Okay.
Better to leave them tied? Who are these?
No, they're just villagers that saw too much, and we didn't want them blowing our
What
cover.
time is it? What time is it right now? Jack says.
Oh, it's probably about an hour till sunrise.
Maybe most people are still asleep.
This town isn't exactly perfectly safe in the dark, but in this case, maybe less safe in the light.
Did we do anything about those fish people?
Fish people in the well, the deep ones. They're not exactly fish. As I understand it, they're more closely related to eels, but they're fish people.
What are they doing in the well?
I don't know, they live there. Did they not live there in the other world?
Nope.
Nope.
That's new. In our time, in our world, some people paid homage to the death goddess by urinating in the well, and
Oh, I still remember Dobbin in your version, huh?
yeah.
But people around here have forgotten her lately. The more you say, the more convinced I am that we're dealing with a 20, maybe 30-year difference.
It would, I mean, the church here alone would take quite a few years to build and get all that marble, right? That's not local to this area, so I imagine,
Well, it doesn't come from too far out. Maybe 40.
I mean, it's still a 10-year project. It's not that big. Maybe, okay,
Jack-
it could be
Jack-
just a couple years.
Jack interjects and he says, "We should get going before the sun comes up."
Yeah.
They've got those little temples. They got a cookie cutter floor pan that they use for all of them, so it's pretty quick to build.
Which, question, do all the temples have guards now?
Yes. Because most of them replaced previous temples, and they wanted to make sure that, the actual faithful didn't attack. Plus, they are kind of a torture you and make you disappear sort of religion.
Great. Let's avoid them.
Right, now you know why there's a resistance. This is a secret room that we're in. It's all about that shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So, are there thieves?
probably.
But there's no thieves guild? Just
it-
the resistance?
Listen, Lassie, I've been around a long time.
You don't look very old.
I know, thank you. But what I know about thieves is some of them are thieves because of circumstance, while others are people who were always going to be in opposition to whatever the local culture was. It's in their nature. Those people are the ones that form resistances when the local culture is worth resisting.
I'm like, Jack, which one are you?
Definitely the one that is a thief.
You are what you are. I can't fault you for it. But I believe that we all come to what's due us in the end.
The only thing I'm doing is this lake. Let's get going.
All right. Pulls out a big stick. Let's go.
What's the stick for?
We need to hit something.
Oh, it's a weapon.
Yeah, well, we're in a resistance. Yeah.
You could have said staff.
But it's just a stick.
All right.
Right? So we're sneaking out of the village.
Yeah. So you guys, everyone, give me an agility check. Jack, you probably have some extra sneaky stuff.
I got a +5 and +7 for
This
stealth.
is a sneak check, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do hide in shadows.
All right.
No, actually, I'm gonna do sneak stealthily.
11.
14 on the die plus 6.
All right.
so
And
that's-
Gideon?
I believe.
That's 20.
20. Yeah. But Gideon.
Oh yeah, Gideon. I guess just
21.
10 plus agility. Gideon got 10.
Okay.
Minxie and Jinxie. Minxie got a 21 and Jinxie got a 19.
And what was Felix's again?
11.
11. Gideon and Felix are probably going the slowest because you're having the hardest time being quiet.
Yeah. I'm very sneaky.
Gideon, you're just a little bit behind Felix when you suddenly feel a hand clamp down over your mouth. Give me a reflex save.
Reflex. $11.
Okay. You pull out of the way just in time, turn around, and find yourself face to face with a slimy, scaly, big-eared, deep one who smells like piss.
Of course he does.
You guys have that sheet with the combat summary on it? Yeah. We're going to roll initiative.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
Initiative. Okay.
D20, right?
Yeah, I think so.
In this game?
Yep.
Yeah, it's D20 plus init plus agility.
But we roll separately for each,
13.
For each
one.
one of your characters, yeah.
Jinxie is a 6.
13 for Felix.
How loud in the spell tables? How loud in the stream is that tower? Do people hear it?
I know. I got to check.
I'm
How
just
loud
curious.
is it, Misery?
Yeah, how loud is Misery?
When you're
I'm sure it's fine. I'm just curious.
6 for Minxie, 9 for Jinxie.
Okay, I got 13 for Felix, 6 for Minxie, 9 for Jinxie. What about Gideon and Jack?
Gideon. He got 5. Jack's got 19.
Ooh.
Big fireworks going on.
Ooh, someone's practicing.
Yeah, it's about that time.
It's not.
I love it.
Fireworks are legal in this town.
Not in Karsten anymore.
Not in some of the neighboring towns. It's really interesting because the borders around here are so gerrymandered, nobody knows where they are half the time.
Go to my friend's house, and it's literally like World War II when it goes off over there. So much that the neighbors come to him and warn him, "Hey, just letting you know, we're about to start."
No.
Like I was
America's not being attacked. So
like I was leaving his house, and there was so much fireworks going on around me in my car that the smoke was too thick for me to drive.
Yeah, I've had friends from Torrance who come to my house to blow up things. Oh, Misery, it is not loud. I guess that's the tower, not
The tower, yeah.
Jack, you're up. You turn around and you see this deep one trying to grab Gideon. There are also 3 others behind him.
Would you say Jack isn't hiding right now because he's sneaking and nobody's seen him?
Absolutely. Jack rolled incredibly
Right.
and also has all
Jack's gonna
abilities.
perform a backstab on the one that looking at Gideon.
I'm sorry. We're going to actually go to the tabletop. Let's get your minis on there.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's like you planned this battle.
It
Thank
is-
you.
It doesn't.
Just shout out to Mia. This is one of hers, right?
Yeah, but give me a second to show it. There we go. Oh, nope. Okay.
I assume it's again.
There we go. And we will just use these as the deep ones. So there's this one grabbing Gideon.
Right here.
You guys have just
Oh no, no,
exited
I'm
the
just
town.
touching the.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to feel the scenery.
I'm gonna put it like right.
And these 3 others, which are behind the one grabbing Gideon.
Oh,
That bag of like gray zombie things has been
So useful.
so useful.
I do have like things that would work better as deep ones, but I just didn't have
But
them
it's
out.
great for contrast.
Deckard Cain Fu Manchu. Word up. Ooh, even got smoke. Fog, really? But thank you. Welcome. Glad to see you. Also, there's like a 3-4 minute delay on YouTube, so you're going to hear me say hi to you in a little while. Here we are. Jack, you're up.
so yeah, Jack's perform backstab on the one that's on Gideon.
Okay.
So that's bonus to attack, 1F from behind. If clear, usually combat with stealth. If hit, auto crit. Oh,
Nice.
that's a
Yeah.
20.
That's a crit.
So
Auto crit anyway.
I know, but
Oh, you hit. Yeah.
but are you gonna give me anything for the double crit?
Well, you have to go to your crit table too.
Yeah, go to your crit table.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a special.
Where's the crit tables?
The crit table is in the book.
Massive.
In the book.
It narrows it down to 600,000 pages.
Correct. Critical
Usually
hits.
around, I think the blue tab, whatever your crit table is.
Crit table. We're looking for crit table 2. It's
Oh.
on page 83.
Let's see.
Mine is crit table
Thieves.
3.
Thieves. 3. How do I know if it's 3?
Oh, right
no,
here.
this is 2.
For your thieves.
Minus 2, right? So I roll. What do I roll for this?
It'll tell your crit table dice on your
Oh yeah,
on your thing.
crit table dice 1d14.
So roll a d14.
Actually, yours might have gone up. 'cause mine went up.
No, that's what it is. Up 1d14 because
Oh.
I just changed it to 14. So this one, crazy. Okay.
I haven't bought it yet, but they sell a like little book.
12.
It's just the commonly used tables. That's
12.
really useful when I get it.
Savage Strike.
Probably,
ahead.
right?
Pro must succeed on a fort save DC 10 plus PC level, or
Okay.
faint from the pain.
So I have
Well,
to
he's
beat-
probably gonna die anyway.
have to beat a 13 or faint from the pain. What is the fortitude save plus 3? No, he's fainted. You have fainted. You've knocked this deep one unconscious.
Well, let me see.
Now also the damage.
Yeah, let's see how much damage I do. So auto crit. How does crit work for damage? Again?
I think it's just the table, but let me double check. So it's just, I think it's just regular damage, but also the table. So let me double check it though.
Sorry, it's been
Yeah, we're still pretty
it's
new.
been
to
a
this
couple of weeks since
system.
we played.
It's been a couple weeks. Yeah.
You started off with BG1. Used to read the books.
Oh, nice.
What's BG1?
Baldur's Gate, probably. We used to read the books. You might mean the novels.
Nice.
They might mean the novels.
Where's the combat? Combat.
Yeah, I said it just says on here. It says not 20 equals crit table, which is luck plus class level base.
Let's see. Attack roll. Natural 20 is a critical hit for some classes. Other dice may be rolled and the result of the crit hits. See below for more. Caliber attacks may roll.
Yeah, so there's no extra damage. It's just that you've knocked him unconscious.
Okay,
But
so
I will say, if you roll your regular damage, you might get more than you think.
Oh, they're all in the back too. The pit tables and stuff. All the tables are in the back.
Oh, great.
plus 2.
Turn to him on accident.
So 3, 4, 5 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
He's very severely hurt.
and he fainted.
And he's unconscious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Knock him over if you haven't already.
Boop.
Felix, you're up.
What's how many feet are in an inch?
5.
5. Okay.
Sleep.
No, I'm gonna do caustic cloud on these two
Caustic cloud.
Cloud.
if I can.
Okay, roll a manifestation first.
Caustic cloud. Just had it up. Right, left page. Or it's choking cloud. Sorry, choking cloud.
Aw,
Choking cloud. Caustic cloud
less
sounds.
caustic than we believe.
Yeah.
Well, because caustic's the word they use to describe all of the damage and stuff, and I'm like, well, just caustic cloud would have been a cooler name. All right, so it's 1d8 per manifestation.
I've been choked and I've been burned, and they are different.
True. And then a d20 for
I was choked today, in fact, my next door
like for fun.
in jiu-jitsu class.
Oh. Okay, so I can't get both of them. Alright, so for manifestation, first of all, I can do, it's a thick, oily fog just oozes out of a point. One designated target is engulfed in caustic, stinking cloud for 1d4 rounds, suffering -1 penalty to all rolls, including hex damage. The cloud follows the target, it cannot escape.
I have turned up the fog because of your caustic cloud.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Choking.
Sadly, it's like 1 round. I'm gonna do this guy right here.
Okay.
So number 2 on the little
So what happens to him for 1 round?
-1 penalty to all rolls, all of them. Doesn't matter what it is.
All right, and the other guy is just okay?
Yeah, I didn't.
Because you didn't roll high.
I didn't roll high enough. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna move. What is our moving distance? Speed 30. I'm gonna move like my full distance.
Now it's too foggy. You can't see
Away.
the word.
It looks dope.
Yeah, it does look dope.
I like it. It adds a little depth to it.
Turning it down a little bit.
Aww.
All right,
Okay.
Jinxie.
I'm still stealthed, right?
Yeah.
For both of them. So, Jinxie is the one with the crossbow. She will turn around, and then Minxie will go behind the deep one, so they're sort of like pinchering.
Okay.
Jinxie will
Minxie
shoot.
went off camera, actually.
Oh no! Yeah, because she's stealthed.
Yep.
Eh.
There we go.
Okay, so Jinxie is going to shoot her crossbow. That's a D20.
Which one's Jinxie?
This is Jinxie. She's a little further away, you know, so she can get some range.
Jinxie's the further one back.
Oh, that one.
White base is Jinxie, yes.
She rolled a 15.
Maybe like a less powerful laser.
Hits.
3, okay. And damage for a crossbow is 1d6.
Roll it.
That's 1 damage.
Oh.
Starting off strong, guys.
What things have happened?
Okay. Minxie is going to go around and stab this deep one.
They're disgusting, smelly fish people.
Oh, 17.
So
That's
that
a
one,
hit.
stabbing that one.
Okay, yes. And the 1d6. That's a 1 plus a 1 is a 2 points of damage. They're very short. They can't hit very high.
Oh yeah, I can enlarge one.
Slice up their
Yeah.
legs pretty well, though.
Yeah, yeah. I just give them a little poke and let them bleed from out their little.
It's like when you run
leg
really
holes.
fast with the brush and you get just like little scrapes.
Gideon.
Do these things count as supernatural creatures?
Great question. No, odds or evens that? Yeah.
Natural.
Okay, Gideon's gonna turn around. He's gonna attempt to bind this one.
Okay.
Turn around.
This one doesn't have a D14.
What? Oh, that's gonna be very good. It's 14 on the die plus 4. That's 18.
Okay.
Oh, I have to do the manifestation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. D3. Okay, remember I got 18. 1.
It's cool music.
Glittery dust appears in a cloud surrounding the target.
Okay.
And I got 18. The cleric may target a creature up to 4 hit die.
Yep.
If the spell succeeds, the cleric controls that creature for 1d6 CL rounds. Cleric level?
1d6 plus your character level, which is 3.
3. So 1d6. I got 2 plus 3, 5 rounds.
5 rounds, that's your D4.
Alright. So, whoosh, and you just see its eyes like start glittering. Like, oh, like you know, like a fish that sees like a glowing thing in the water. That's what it looks like right now.
All right. Well, it's the deep one turn right after you, so go ahead and tell me what that guy does.
What? Alright, now give me this deep one stat sheet.
I don't have it like that, but
I'm just kidding.
it's just
Okay.
melee. It's melee.
Alright, I'm gonna make him attack this one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20.
You know, those two are probably dating in real life or in their.
Oh, even better. 15 on the die.
Why have you betrayed me?
15 on the die plus 2. Oh, yeah, you definitely hit him. Roll damage in the amount of 1d8 plus 2.
6 plus 2, 7, 8.
Your deep one has one-shotted the other deep one.
and this deep one's crying as he does it. No!
Deep ones don't show human emotion.
Oh.
Also, they don't date. They lay eggs and then fertilize the eggs later.
Oh.
They
Boy.
might date before that. I don't know.
Does
asked.
the one he kills show any emotion before it kills him?
Surprise and anger.
Surprise and anger.
He was choking too on his cloud. Now
Yeah.
he's no longer choking.
Oh, that was the choking one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're supposed to be my egg layer.
That's
There's still one there that hasn't taken any damage. That's the one you're controlling.
yeah.
Only one that hasn't taken
And now
damage.
this one hasn't took a turn yet.
He hasn't taken a turn. He's going to have to attack Minxie.
Naturally.
Is it this one?
Yep.
Oh, boy. Does 9 hit Minxie?
Minxie actually has a little bit of armor, so no, it does not.
Tries to hit you with a mace. Misses.
She ducks because she's short.
Stack
And
and
the
Jack.
deep
Jack.
one's like 9 foot tall.
Jack. This one's still alive, right? The one that
Yeah,
unconscious?
unconscious but alive.
Jack finishes off the one that's unconscious.
No problem. He's dead.
He's just, and that's his turn.
Felix.
Like, a little help here, please.
I was gonna enlarge, but I think I'll just magic missile him.
Cool.
Let me.
Don't magic missile the one I'm controlling.
6. I'll start to memorize these, but 1d6 for the. It's the manifestation that I had to remember what it was. All right. Second time in a row I've lost magic missile.
What's your manifestation?
Doesn't matter, I lost it. The manifestation was. Oh shoot! I'm reading the wrong one. I'm reading magic shield, not magic missile.
This is what happens when you don't know the system yet.
It doesn't matter. I
You
still
still didn't cast it.
failed, but the manifestation would have been flaming arrows.
Would have been cool. Too bad. Jinxie.
I keep losing magic missile.
Jinxie's going to shoot her crossbow. Like, I'll help you, Minxie, even though I hate your guts. That's a 4-7.
That does not hit.
Do their names rhyme by coincidence?
They're
No,
twins.
They're twins.
Oh.
Minxie's going to stab. That is a 10 plus 2, 12.
12?
Yes.
Nope.
Oh no, maybe 13. 13 to hit.
Maybe 13?
Yes, 13.
Tell
Sword
me the
plus
math.
melee attack plus 3. 13 to hit.
Okay. You hit.
Yes.
I love seeing Yuri hit. It's a great. It's great.
I had to double check.
That's 3 ones in a row. 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage on the guy that you've been playing.
Yeah.
So she hit the right leg, and now she hits the left leg. But you know it's a scale. The
Death.
scales on these things.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, he's still up.
A little help.
Get in.
Don't worry, I got this. And he kill your friend, man. Clerics are something else.
Great, man.
So he's just gonna get him back with me. He's just gonna start choking him.
All right, roll it. D20 plus 2.
Oh, that might be a miss. 6 plus 2, 8.
Just a miss.
That's fine.
The uncontrolled deep one will now attack his own kinsman and miss, probably due to emotional distress.
Yeah. Why? We were lovers.
No, that was the first
You
guy.
guys are making up that, you know what, deep ones.
Yeah, they're polyamorous. It's just a pile of eggs and they all
It's
just.
like,
Just everyone just lays eggs and squirts on them.
Yeah.
Jack,
you laid eggs for me.
Jack.
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 Run home, Jack.
Jack's gonna
poker reference.
go around and sneak attack the one that's fighting the other deep one.
Stab him in the back, sir. Sir,
What
Stabbity.
does 1F mean?
1 foot.
Yeah, it says bonus to attack 1 foot from behind.
Yeah, so you have
Yeah,
to be
well, yeah.
you have to be within 1 foot of them from behind.
But I wonder what the bonus is. It doesn't say.
That's the whole sneak attack, right?
Yeah.
That's the condition for the sneak.
That's.
Oh, bonus. Maybe you get an improved die.
But you've been rolling sneak attack this whole game. You suddenly don't know what the bonus
Well,
is.
no, well, it just said bonus. I mean, does it mean that I just roll?
It just means you have to be within 1 foot to get it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how sneak.
But do I roll a d20 or an improved d20?
I think it's just a d20. Let me. I'll pull it up. We've been playing mostly off these cheat sheets, but they're not always clear.
Yeah. The cheat sheets are not clear.
Which makes them bad as cheat sheets when you think about it.
The thief receives an indirect attack bonus to their attack roll. In addition, if they hit, it's automatic crit. It doesn't say. It just says in.
You're talking about backstab?
Yeah, sorry, backstab. Yeah. Receives the indicated attack bonus to their. So do I just add my attack bonus twice? Indicated attack bonus. Sorry, DC 20 is crazy.
Just do it the same way you've been doing it the whole game.
All right. Fine. Oh, that's cocked. Yeah, I rolled a 6 again.
So
6, 11 to hit?
Miss.
Damn.
I think you had to hit at least a 13.
Wow, we're really having a hard time killing this last one. Back to Felix.
Felix. Felix.
Felix. I'm gonna.
Missile him, sir.
Missile.
I can't. My missiles are gone now. I'm gonna choke and cloud him.
But we're in the cloud right now.
Only if it's 20-foot radius, in which case I could center it off of him.
Okay.
Yeah, you can also it doesn't matter if you get the one you're already controlling.
No, it matters.
D8.
The Crimson Catherine, welcome.
Oh, it's Catherine. What's up?
Oh, Felix.
She's one of my cargo pilots.
I figured she was one of your people.
Same one. This time. Last time I was one short of getting the good one. This time I just made it.
All right.
Oh, and it's going to be a 2, so it's translucent mist. Just engulfs the one that's not being controlled.
Okay.
And it's the same thing. It's the -1 penalty to all rolls.
Okay. Jinxie.
Jinxie, Minxie.
Do something, Jinxie.
Jinxie is going to stick another crossbow and hope it hits.
She's hitting, it's just not enough damage.
This is a 10. Where's my crossbow attack? 12.
Miss.
What?
Damn it.
He's
Jinxie.
13. It's been 13 the whole time.
Jinxie is good. Now, okay, so Jinxie misses. Minxie, with her short sword, is going to go.
Jinxie's going to hit for 1 damage, right?
Oh, no, it's a 16.
Okay. How much damage?
Now this might be a 1.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it's going to be a 6. 6, man. That's a 3 plus 1 is a 4. 4 damage.
Dead.
Yes.
Now the only one up is the one you're mind controlling.
Okay,
Tell him to go kill all his friends in the well.
well, he's only going to be under my control for like 2 more rounds.
Oh. Why did he attack us?
I tell him to does he have a weapon?
Yeah, they all had maces.
I tell him to mace himself.
Oh, that's
He
great.
can knock himself out. He can't heal. He can't kill himself.
Yeah. That's one of
Oh,
them.
yeah, I allowed to still. Alright.
Excuse me. Yeah. All
I tell him
right.
to mace himself. He knocks himself out, and then
That's great.
and then Jack finishes the job.
And as you stand over the bodies of your defeated foes, you realize someone's missing,
Where is Moira? Oh, I knew she was missing.
and someone else.
My doggy?
Moira and Harold are not here.
She stole the dog!
There are drag marks on the ground. It looks like they were taken by other deep ones before these attacks.
Which direction?
Moira was
Back
taken?
towards the town.
No.
No,
Damn it.
they took him to the well.
No.
Do these have it? Do these?
If it was
deep
just
ones-
more, Jack would have been said, "Fuck it," but no, but not the dog.
Not the
I know
dog.
they got Harold, and they got Moira.
Jack says,
Thank you, Misery.
Punches the table. All right, let's.
Any lootable items on these deep ones?
Just the maces.
"Okay."
They're
Fully
amazing.
naked other than that.
Aren't they usually like playing gold and stuff?
These? No.
Oh.
Gideon takes a mace.
Okay.
The
We will
halflings
have
don't.
between now and next week to add that to your sheet.
Mace.
As you guys are running back to the well, I'm going to have
Eight.
all of you roll
I'm trying to find the page.
an intelligence check, except for Minxie and Jinxie.
Oh.
Intelligence.
What? We're not intelligent enough?
That's not the reason.
No.
Intelligence save, you said?
Ooh,
Or no?
Gideon got a
check.
Gideon got a nat 20.
It's a
Oh.
magic save.
And
Check.
Jack
16.
got 17.
Okay, all three of you are very adept at finding your way back to the source of these marks, which lead right to that piss-smelling well.
I know it.
Yeah.
And when you get there, Minxie and Jinxie are not with you.
What?
We'll see everyone next week.
Wait, is that because Yuri's not here next week?
That's right.
No, listen, don't break the
Oh, damn
Wait,
it.
I want to roll to make sure I'm not kidnapped by these deep ones.
No.
No.
If you want to roll for that, show up next week.
Yeah, show up next week.
All right, we'll see everyone next week. Thanks for watching. We'll be back on Monday with episode 3 of Castaway, and next week with the finale of this little story.
Bye,
Max
everybody.
instead of
Bye,
your-
Captain.
Bye. Thanks for
Misery,
watching.
Jada.
Thanks
Have a good
everyone
night,
for
guys.
coming.